To close today's keynote program, please welcome Erin Bender, Executive Director of The Point at Otterbein University, Dr. John Comerford, President of Otterbein University, and Michael Thornton, Executive Director of JPMorgan Chase, to the stage.
Good morning. My name is Michael, and I work for JPMorgan Chase, but I don't work in any of the offices that are around the town. I go to work every day at Otterbein University. It's where my office is located. And my office has very little decoration. In fact, if you look around, you won't see any pictures of my wife or my children. It's not that I don't love them, but I'm just not that kind of person. In fact, there's only one picture on my wall. So when I go to work every day, I get to see this guy. And hopefully it's up there on the screen. So this is a copy of Forbes magazine. And there's a couple things I want to draw your attention to. First is the title. Nokia, 1 billion customers. Can anyone catch the cell phone king? Next, I want to look at the date. November 12th, 2007. 5 months before this magazine was published, 5 months before the leaders in the business world called Nokia the king of the cell phone market, the iPhone was released. Steve Jobs had brought the iPhone out and had changed the game, and nobody knew. So I think everyone should have this on their office. It's a reminder to us that you have to constantly be changing, evolving, keeping up with your customers, and understanding what's coming next. Because oftentimes, when the fight comes for your business, you don't know you're in the fight at all. And often, we're in the ground, and dirt is being thrown on your coffin before you even realize you were in the fight at all. So, what does this have to do with higher education, Otterbein University, and Chase? So, I'll turn this over to Dr. Comerford to explain.
Thank you, Michael. Good morning, everyone. My name is John Comerford, and I have the honor of being the 21st president of Otterbein University. And that's good because as the 21st president, I'm the first one allowed to drink, which is good. It's especially important because you have to understand, I work in an industry ripe for disruption. We, sitting at Otterbein, do not know if we are Nokia or if we are Apple, and what the future will look like for American higher education. And you've seen the headlines about higher ed in general. We get beat up a lot. We're facing tough competition in a state that is demographically shrinking, surrounded by states that are demographically shrinking. We face an environment where the public trust is no longer on our side because we're accused of being too expensive, out of touch, no longer relevant to today's economy and what students and employers are demanding, and exacerbate that by being a traditional liberal arts college that prides itself on a breadth of education. And so we know at Otterbein that we have to be different. We have to innovate. We have to try new things. The old ways will not just work automatically anymore, and so we're reaching out to try to solve those problems. First in access and affordability by becoming the first and only private college in the state of Ohio to say if you are Pell eligible, low to moderate income student, we will meet your full need for tuition. No one else will make that promise. But more importantly, we're focusing on relevance. How do we make sure our students and their families understand an Otterbein degree will get you a job? It will get you to the career that you want. And that means we have to capture opportunities like we've done in this building we call The Point. This started 4 or 5 years ago when we launched a new engineering program on campus, which is a big endeavor all by itself. And so they needed a place to live. We had what was an old warehouse industrial facility on the west side of campus used for furniture storage. Very exciting stuff. Converted into a place where now our engineering faculty, students, labs, classrooms, all are housed there. And if we were thinking like a normal college, we would think, well, that's the engineering building, that's the end, just like the science building or the music building or the whatever building. The reality is the Point is designed to be so much more than that. It is classrooms and office space for our faculty and students, but it's also an event space. It's a place where we blur the line between what is a community space and what is a university space. We have a maker space in there designed for quick prototyping, open to the community and all of our corporate partners, faculty, and students. And last but not least, we use 2/3 of the square footage to house our corporate partners. Our corporate partners are attracted by the fact they can work with our faculty on research, they can work with our students on their research teams. In fact, to sign a lease with us, you're required to have Otterbein students on your research team. And that they're attracted because it's not just a standard office environment, it's an office of, it's an area where we focus on entrepreneurism and the ability to work together, and that's a dynamic that creates a win-win-win. Our corporate partners win, our students win, and Otterbein University wins. That was the concept, but you all know university presidents don't do real work. We have people for that. So I'm pleased to introduce Erin Bender, the executive director of The Point, who made it all happen.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Thank you, John. Through relationships, we accomplish our goals. The Point was developed out of a unique relationship built between Dr. Kathy Crendel, President Emerita, and Westerville City Manager David Collinsworth. Their bold vision for creating a vehicle for economic development, student retention, and community engagement has brought us to where The Point is today, a robust, vibrant, collaborative community of business professionals, students, educators, and creative individuals working on the next big ideas for the region. Our journey began with a phone call when Jason Bechtold, Economic Development Director of the City of Westerville, called me and asked if I wanted to join him in a meeting with the folks from JPMorgan Chase to learn about a potential opportunity. I said, of course. After the first meeting with the JPMorgan Chase team, I was astounded that word had gotten out about what we were creating at The Point. At that time, only 1/3 of our building had been complete. Over several months, the three of us were able to create an opportunity none of the parties could turn down, creating the first of its kind FinTech R&D co-located within a liberal arts-based institution, giving students access to experiential learning, and JPMorgan Chase access to our student talent. Our collaboration not only locates 75 JPMorgan Chase employees at The Point at Otterbein, but also enables 20% of their project teams to be made up of Otterbein students. Talk about experiential learning at its finest. JPMorgan Chase, like other resident companies at The Point, get a chance to test drive our talent, build their employee pipeline, and work in our community every day. In addition, Otterbein students gain knowledge and expertise through experiences with our resident companies that provide them not only a powerful resume building opportunity, but an experiential leg up on the competition in the job marketplace. Our students also benefit from JPMorgan Chase team members teaching in our academic programs. Having an individual like Michael, who was the individual and his team helped deploy the first Chase Pay applications, teaching our students at Otterbein about iOS app development. It's pretty awesome if you're a computer science major. These in-the-field professionals teaching in our programs enables our students to learn from those who have developed and deployed great applications in the marketplace. The experiences of our students that they have gotten in the last 3 years that we've been operational is truly what makes our partnerships great. Our systems engineering students, working with JPMorgan Chase team, have built and are about to deploy 6 robotic arms that they will then work in collaboration with the Chase ATMs to provide the company real-time feedback and improve their customer experience. This is only one example, however, of how our students work with our resident companies at Otterbein. If you had a chance to stop by the booths at the back, you got to see our other resident companies at The Point and our work with the students. This flexibility and collaboration of all of the parties involved to see beyond their selfish zones of need is truly what made this opportunity executable. Our collaborative win-win-win approach is how we are able to execute such an amazing opportunity for not only JPMorgan Chase, Otterbein University, but also the City of Westerville.
So we just heard how Otterbein is changing and growing to meet the needs of their customers, their students. How important this program is to the future of Otterbein. At Chase, we see this future just as important to our future as Otterbein does to theirs. We also need to find ways to innovate, to grow, to change over time. FinTech is poised to change everything about the financial industry. Things are moving at a very rapid pace, and if companies like Chase and other major banks want to remain relevant in the future, we too have to find ways to grow and change and innovate. And by doing partnerships with a university like Otterbein, it's created a physical space for our employees to go work at. And I emphasize the word physical because that is important. This isn't just a partnership where we talk to them and we meet and shake hands and everybody smiles and is happy. This is a place where we show up for work every single day. And it's a place where we have employees at Chase are able to sit down with the students, sit down with the faculty, and work on projects. We've reached out. We have the MBA students researching cryptocurrency and regulations. We have the engineering students building robotic arms. We have computer science students working on a virtual branch. So what I'll leave you with, just to show you the importance of this to Chase and our future, is this picture. This was taken at the Point earlier this year. And I'm sure you may or may not recognize, but the gentleman with a virtual headset on is Jamie Dimon. So, thank you.